if you want to build generational wealth off of your handcraft business. Now, when I say handcraft business, I mean, things you can create with your hands. For instance, garment construction, for instance, shoemaking, um, bag making, woodworking, which is furniture, as is being called, and maybe some other things. And sure, I will tell you this. I will tell you this as my business coaches told me. Ensure that it's a craft that can give value, immense value to humanity. So this was how I was taught. If I want to build generational wealth, that is, I want to be, a wealthy person. Now, when you say wealthy, there are so many versions to it. It's not just monetary. But as I always say on this channel, the bone of contention here is monetary. So when you want to build generational wealth, as I'm trying to say, with your handcraft skill, whichever one you know you're good at, whichever one you know you've learned and then you are good at it, you should pay attention to these few factors. Ensure it's a craft that can actually help give immeasurable value to humanity. Now, for instance, tailoring. You know, tailoring is vast, very vast. So you are the one that will decide which of the area you want to focus on. Now, the question should be, because you need customers. How many people will need this particular um, value I have to offer in tailoring? How many people will need it? For how long will they need it? If there's any challenge or crisis in the world or society, will my business fold up? So, for instance, let me be practical. We had COVID-19. So, if you had customers in who you were uh, giving tailoring services to, maybe there are companies who need uniforms or schools who need uniforms. That's your clients or your customers, or they are just normal people that wear clothes and love to look good. Fine, women love to look good at all times, even when sometimes they may not have that much, but they'll always budget for it. So you always have customers. And then, as far as life exists, as far as this world still exists, there will always be women who are in need of what you have to offer. Now, when COVID-19 came, most of the tellers who were basically offline, their business came to a halt. People are not going out. They do not need, new clothes. So people are just indoors. Fine. So if you didn't have any other thing you could do, and that is where the online space comes in. I keep saying it. Learn to monetize your skills online. And that was where, if actually we had tailors who were into tutoring, it's just a very quick shift. You create your course, you create your skills, teaching them how to sew and all of that. You put it into an online digital format and you start teaching them. And at that time, because people were at home, they didn't have what to do. The smart ones did not just sit down and binge on Netflix. They actually sat down and started thinking of what can I learn so that when all this is over, I will have something valuable to add to myself and things like that. So what am I trying to say? My point is this: if you are interested in any form of handcraft business, because this channel is dedicated to handcraft men and women, people who love to do things with their hands, they just love it. Someone like me, anything I see that has to do with hands, crafting something with my hands, I'm so intrigued. Even if I do not know how to go about it, I will go learn and practice. So if you are called to that and you want to spend your time, pouring your time into it so that you can actually build generational wealth with it, build fame for yourself, etc. So that the world will get to know that, oh, this person exists, this person is skillful, this person is innovative, blah, blah, blah. Then ensure you go for something that you know that as far as human beings exist, there will always be a need for your services. For instance, cooking. Whether there is COVID-19 or not, people must eat. During lockdown, I happen to be, someone that even at lockdown, I still had to go to work as far as I had my ID card. When I went, the days I had to go to work, I saw people committing to the market and, filling up their cars with foodstuffs. And I'm wondering, where are they taking this to? Apparently, these are people who are into the business and they've been able to find a way to ensure that they move around because people have to eat. And of course, movement was limited. There was a curfew. So only few people could go out and do what they had to do. So let me tell you something, my dear listeners or followers. If you want to build generational wealth, be strategic about it. Do your research. Go for branding, business branding courses where you'll be taught the basics of these things. For instance, soap making, ordinary soap making that someone can despise. Yes, is it soap now you are making? Calm down. As I said, my coaches taught me if you're entering into any form of business, you should try to, that's if you want to be, if you're not just entering into business because of you want to get money to eat, just to get money to eat or transport yourself. You want to get into business because you want to build generational wealth, create enough cash flow that you can now take out some and invest and build, finances, wealth with it. First and foremost, ask yourself, are there a large, vast customer base for this service, this value? If you say yes, and you measure the amount of people that you will have, how long would they need this value? For how long, how frequent would they need this value? And then what's the lifespan of this value in terms of the business I want to offer? So I will go back to the food business because that's a business that I have done and I'm still doing. And it's a business that through history and research is a business that if you know what you're doing, you can become very wealthy in a jiffy. Yes, there are stresses to it, but if you know how to manage it, you know your strategies and all of that, you are going in for the kill. People will always eat. I don't care how uh, elegant you are. When your tummy comes knocking, you look for what to eat, even if you just eat once a day. Even if you do not like food, you like snacks. And then people don't mind. There are certain types of people that don't mind how it is being cooked, whether it's tasty or not. They just want to eat. And there are those who want class. And then you ask yourself, if this, everything comes crashing, people don't want to go out, they don't cannot go out anymore, or whatever. Even when they are sick, they still need food to survive. All right, I hope I've been able to make some sense because I'm coming off of, the students I coach, I hear a lot of things, they say about misconceptions they had in the past. One, some of them said their parents discouraged them from getting into learning a craft. Two, a lot of them say that um, they feel so embarrassed that this is what they want to start doing because they feel who will listen to me or who will buy from me? Where do I get customers from? And some of them say they've done it and they don't really get much. I did an interview during my working hours on people that do food business. Some set of people complain that the economy is too bad and they're not making sales, blah blah blah. They're just trying to tag along. And the other set of persons said they're not actually experiencing any setback in the business. The only thing they did is that they doubled up their prices. And I now asked, did you lose customers? They said no. That the main thing that the main thing is the quality of the food, and their customers love the taste. So that's it. So the only thing you need is to be well tutored. Get a mentor, or you follow people who are successful in these things that are ready to share with you. And do not let anyone distract you from focusing, because wealth building, it doesn't happen immediately. You have to build. You have to go through it. You're going to make mistakes, learn from it, come up again, keep moving, keep growing until you now stabilize and you keep, soaring. So that's just what I have to say for you, to you. I beg your pardon. That's just what I have to say to you listening to me. Ensure that before 2025 passes by, you have learned a skill. If you've learned a skill, ensure that you are practicing it. If you've been practicing it, ensure that you start monetizing it. And if you've been monetizing it, ensure that you scale it to a spot where it gives you more cash flow than you spend. Until I come your way next time, it's bye for now.